Howdy guys, and welcome back to more Kira. In the last episode, we went to go pick everybody up in a really crappy van. We're on our way to Nagoya, I think it was called. There's a music cafe there. They want us to perform, so that's where we're headed. Where it leads, we won't know. The car is moving right along. The reflection of the sun on the white car in front of us is really bright. The sky is clear and goes on forever. We're heading to the other side of the scenery. I can't help feeling carefree. Carefree. The suspension must be bad. When the van speeds up, it shakes ominously. Also, the noise bothers me too. What is that noise? Is there something wrong? Since I don't know, I worry even more. Plus, our driver admits to a lack of driving technique. We're on the freeway, ready for death. The car itself sounds like it's about ready to fall apart, but the ride is very smooth. There's no traffic, and Chini's humming at the wheel as if she's an experienced driver. We're all looking very pale when the driver started, but now once we're used to it, the shaking of the car and the noise, it doesn't bother us anymore. And we are actually pretty relaxed. We all start to feel more comfortable, and we can even look out the windows now. We pass the inner city freeway, and we are now on the Tomoe freeway. The scenery of the gray and tall buildings is changing to peaceful rice fields. The freeway is going through the mountain range. Oh, look, it's a mountain. At first, even Karai was nervous and very quiet, but now she's relaxed. She's glued to the window, asking one thing after another to Kashiwara, just like a little kid. Kashiwara can't answer most of the questions, but she is smiling. Because the car is shaking, her face looks even more pale than normal, but she seems to be doing okay. Chini and I talk about the next performance while looking at the mountain range in front of us. Then a mountain shows up. It's Mount Fuji. Its characteristic appearance is known to all Japanese, and we've seen it from a great distance, but it's standing right in front of us now. As I look at it up close, I realize there is an obvious difference from what we've been seeing up until now. It's standing so grandly, as if it's the big boss of all the mountains. Mount Fuji is the greatest mountain in Japan. That thought really makes me feel high to be on the mountain. Sorry. That thought really makes me feel high to be on the trip. Makes me feel high to be on the trip. Okay. Yes, those are words. Good job. Is Karai trying to imitate foreigners on a sightseeing tour? As she looks at Mount Fuji, she repeats with a strange intonation and laughs at herself. Her pink hair still looks strange to me. As we look at Mount Fuji, the car goes even farther west. We leave Tokyo to Kanagawa, then it's on to Shizuoka. After Shizuoka, we go to Aichi. I know those places very well on the map, but this is my first time going to those cities in a car. I've done this route on a Shinkansen before, but it felt different on the train. Even when I got to the destination, I felt like I warped. Compared to the Shinkansen, driving actually makes me feel I'm moving on the ground. The geography we learned at school was true. Ferrari said that, and I understand what she means. It's more tiring than using the train, but it's not that bad. We've only departed not too long ago, but that's how I'm feeling. The only thing I wish is the car is a little more comfortable. We take breaks at the service areas, and little by little, we get closer to Nagoya. Once in Shizuoka, we drive looking at the Pacific Ocean on our left. It's very windy, and according to Chini, the wind is steering the wheel quite a bit. I hope the wind doesn't blow us into the ocean. As I worry about things like that, my cell phone rings. Oh, is that me? That's me. Murakami. He says that he's going over to Tenoya's to practice the guitar. I wonder if he needs something. I answer. You don't want to know, man. It's so comfortable, I feel like I'm whiplashed. We just got into Shizuoka. Well, yeah, I mean, of course I can talk. I'm insulted that you think I can't talk. Sure. What about her band?
せっかく話題にもなってツアーまでするのにそれを利用しない手はないと思ったんだよ。
What do you mean?
だからネット上でブ
blog.
ログやらないか
Oh gosh. I don't know. We're not that big.
ああ、ツアーの模様を携帯電話で随時更新していくブログだよ。画像なんかも掲載してさ。今はスタジネのサイトにお前らのライブ情報を載せてもらってるけど、それだけじゃなくてさ。
Well, that's true. It is strange to advertise on a different band's site.
だろう？自分たちのブログを持てば、このツアー中どこでライブをやったとしても客に情報を与えることができる。
That's true.
なんて言ったってインターネットは世界中どことでもつながってるからな。
Huh, that's a good idea. If we don't get any responses, we can just keep it as our records.
そうだろう？ちょっとメンバーに話してみてくれないか？
Good idea. I'll do that. No objection. Everyone agrees. Alright. Karai's the most excited one, which is to be expected.
でもインターネットってそんなのできるの？
Internet.
すごいね。私全然知らなかったよ。
Since Karai doesn't have a cell phone or a computer, she's amazed with the technology.
そうか、やるか。実はな、そう言うだろうと思ってこっちでもう用意してあるんだ。
You don't know me, man. Then Murakami tells me that he will email me the ID, the password, and the URL, and hangs up. And as he said, he emails me right away. Karai wants to look at it, but she must have gotten car sick from looking at a small screen because she becomes quiet. That makes me think if she gets too noisy in the car, I'll pass her the cell phone. Around lunchtime, we arrive at the Hamana Lake service area. We can see the beautiful lake from the service
そう
area.
よ、牛の日だね。
Indeed it is. Once the car slowed down and the shaking got less, Karari recovered from the car sickness. That's right, Hamana Lake is famous for Unagi.
うなぎパイって食べたことある？
I don't know what that is. Karari asks Kashiwara and she answers no. I know she'll ask me next, so I tell her no too.
じゃあ今日のお昼はうな重とうなぎパイに決まりだね。
Karari comes up with the menu. You were sick until just a few minutes ago. How can you eat?
鹿くんは食欲ないの？
Oh, yeah, I am. The car continues into the service area. I don't care about the unagi pies, but I just want to eat the unagi lunchbox. We've been hearing about the safety of unagi from China, but I'm sure here at Hamana Lake, even out in the service area, they would serve Japanese unagi. I know we can eat them in Tokyo as long as we pay enough money, but I want to eat the famous Hamana Lake unagi. That's when the car shakes big once. Must have hit the ditch or something. We are startled, but fine. I worry about the equipment. Oh god. That sounded horrible.
大丈夫？
Genie asks at the wheel. No, not the amps. Crowd turns around looking at the trunk area, yells.
壊れちゃった。
Genie asks fearfully.
見た感じは平気だけど、ドアのところに強くぶつかったみたいで。
Man, we can't have our equipment going bad now. We'll be in trouble.
あと上の方に積んでたドラムの何かが落ちたみたいです。
そうね、そこに乗せてたのきっとシンバルだわ。
Yeah, they're probably fine. We should check once the cars stop, though.
そうね。うわ、まずいな。まだ何も使ってないのに。
Today is a weekday, but the service area is crowded. We find the space to park in the back area. Genie parks just the right way so we can unload the equipment. I get off and stretch once, and then go around to the back door.
あちゃー、崩れちゃってる
Oh
ね。
no. Genie exclaims from behind me when I open the door. When Chinoya and Makami loaded it up, everything was organized, but I guess the way we reorganized when we put our luggage in messed everything up. Everything has fallen over, and it's just a mess. I don't see any damage. I'm sure whatever is in the hard box are made tough or fine. But I'm worried about the mechanical stuff, such as speakers. The dent on the door is worse than I thought. It shows how hard things hit the door. Should we check the electrical equipment at least? Do you want to set up the drum set too? After I check inside, I turn to Chini. Chini picks up the symbol bag and opens it up. Yeah, we should. Okay then, let's do the guitar and the bass. Let's see. This isn't a good place to do it. Let's move over there. Can you help me move? Kashiwara won't budge. I agree with her because Chini's fatigue can make the difference between life and death for all of us. So other than Chini, 3 of us unload the instruments. As she holds the effector, Chini apologized to Karari, who's carrying things in both hands. You want to eat everywhere. Jeez, you're like a kid. Karari points so happily and starts to run. Of course she has stuff in her hands. Kashiwara, who's about to collapse under the weight of the luggage, looks at Karari. There's a bench next to the restaurant Karari's peeking into. On the other side is a slope, and beyond is a grassy park. Should be okay to try the instruments there, but coming back up the slope with the instruments may be hard. We decide to put our stuff down by the near bench. We decide to put our stuff down by the nearby bench. That should be one word, not two. The lake is close. When we look towards the lake, the cool breeze blows our bangs. I guess it's not an ocean breeze, but it's a lake breeze. It's not as salty as the ocean breeze, and it's very refreshing to our sweaty skin. So, this is the famous Amano Lake. I see water. I see a leisure boat. I wonder what you're supposed to see from that. Can't you see those from land too? I wonder. As we talk, Karari comes back. yen. Do I look like I'm made of money? Is the volume different? I ask her as I take the stuff in her hands. If that's so, then the cheaper one is the farmed ones and the expensive one is the natural one. Or maybe they're the same thing. More expensive doesn't always mean it's better. Important life lesson for you there, folks. People usually end up buying more expensive one when they're an extremely cheap price and an expensive price. But who knows, maybe the expensive price is just a bluff. I know. Besides, how can we tell the difference anyway? But we are here, the place famous for Unagi. I want to eat the real thing. I don't want fake ones. I'd rather spend less money, I guess. I know, it really is complicated. We both think. Chini says, she shakes her head. Ah. We gathered money yesterday. We decided to use that to pay for things like gas, freeway charges, motels, and food. Jeannie is the one who keeps the money. She's good with money. Not only is she the driver, she's also the Minister of Finance. You feel bad, but if Kashiwara does it, then she'll probably end up chipping in her own money. And I always spend more money than I can remember. Cory doesn't have any problems, but just because of her image, we couldn't let her do this job. I think she's better at nagging than managing. By the way, because of her family situation, she paid less than the rest of us. So Chini is the only one who can do this job. Actually, she feels the same way too. Oh, that's true. But we're here. Don't you think it's depressing to eat the less expensive one? But eating ramen or curry is even worse. Don't you think it'll make our spirits high to eat well here? Fine. Just give me the money, I'll get the food. But we're punk musicians. Should punk rockers be frugal? Well, I'd rather not be, you know, starving in the street. So, you know, a little frugality goes a long way. Chini looks troubled. Yeah, we're pissing her off, that's why. Kashiwara starts to say, don't say you'll chip in. Kashiwara falls silent. That's okay. That doesn't make any sense. Cory was insisting on Unagi, I don't know how to say it, until just a few minutes ago, but now she's changed her mind, so I can't say anything anymore. Enough about food. We have to think about our instruments. We check the instrument. I pull the bass out of the bag and go over to the whole thing. But as I do, it's dawned on me that it was already half broken, so being dropped once or twice wouldn't make any difference. But if it doesn't play, that's a problem. I hook up the shield and turn on the switch and play. Good, it's fine. Makes the usual cheap sound. Yeah, how about you, Kashiwara? Okay, good. Chini sighs. Alright, alright. Another brilliant idea from Cory, no doubt. She has a skull microphone in her hand. Oh, I know what you want to do. Yeah, I like this. Let's rock out while we're here. Except us, because we're broke. Cory didn't hear that. I don't care. You know, I actually want to play. Jeannie looks worried. I'm used to it, thanks to tonight's special training. Wait, but didn't you want to eat right away? Yeah. Cory says so happily and hooks up the microphone to the equipment. You just watch for the guards. Keep an eye out for the fuzz.
なんだか悪いことしてるみたいね。
Oh, you didn't know? After we're done playing, we're gonna rob the place. That's why we brought the masks. I think it really is a crime. We have to. We'll just run. Chino looks really worried.
じゃあちょっと待って。
She runs to the car. She brings back the big box.
あのね、こんなこともあろうかと出発するときに作ってきたんだ。
What's in the box? She shows us a sign which says, "We are here on the tour out of our own cost. Please feel free to tip us." Sign. Crying not big. She's so happy about everything she does. When the setup for the microphone is done, we put a few coins in the empty guitar case. You know, it's a trick they do to make it seem like people have already tipped. So I hear. We're ready. We start to play with the volume set to a little less than the usual. We play a few well-known popular songs. People start to gather immediately. Most of the people look rather suspicious, but the response isn't too bad. My performances are truly fun, especially when the background is such beautiful scenery. Karari sings happily as she waves at the people. Kashiwara is playing, making sure the feeling of each note as she looks at her own hand. Chini is keeping her eyes out to make sure there are no guards coming. Between the songs, Karari encourages the audience to tip in a few actually throw in some coins, but unfortunately it's not piling up as Karari had hoped. But the fact that people who don't know us actually give us money for our performance is making us a little happy. Street performances aren't too bad. We finished our second song. A middle-aged man who looks like a long-distance truck driver talks to her.
ありがとうございます。
Arigatou gozaimasu.
これってリクエストに応じて歌ってくれたりはしないの？
リクエスト？
そしたら小遣いやるぞ。
I don't know. I don't want to hear what kind of request you want, buddy. You should just back away. Let us do our thing. Don't want to cause any trouble.
お小遣い？
Yeah, we're like prostitutes.
歌ってほしい曲があるんだが。
やりますやります。何がいいですか？
The man says the title of one of the Japanese oldies. That one. I know it, but I don't know it well enough to actually play.
資格わからない？
Not really. I mean, I know the song, but...
じゃあ資格は見てていいよ。私とサリナちゃんならできると思う。
You can? When I ask, Kashiwara nods quietly. Are you guys like musical prodigies and I just don't know it? She turns to the man.
それでは C のキラリと柏原サリナが命をかけて演奏します。
She bows. I watch them as I hold my bass. After Karari's words, they start to play. They sound pretty good. Kashiwara's adding a little bit of her own arrangement, and Karari's using her special techniques to make it sound like Japanese oldie. With a sexy voice, she sings lyrics like, "I love you, I want you to make love to me," etc. I never knew, but the lyrics for those oldies are rather provocative. The man is listening very happily. While drinking beer, he munches on a Unagi snack. He's obviously a driver. Can he drink? As I look closer, I find out he's drinking a non-alcoholic malt drink. That's what he wants you to think. When they finish the song, he gives a 500 yen coin to Karari and requests another song. Karari and Kashiwara again perform very well. They're great. With admiration, I talk to Chini.
この子たちこれで流したら食べていけるかもしれないね。
Chini's impressed too. Yeah, why are we here? They're carrying the band. I think they can. Quiet Kashiwara and cheerful Shino, they form a great balance. Anyway, I didn't know Shino could sing that well.
今さら何を言ってるのよ。
No, I mean, singing the type of songs we play, it's hard to tell. Oh gosh, look! Point to the man's
どうし
back.
たの？動揺しちゃって。
Look what it says on his back.
オンダウンよって書
On
い
the
てある。
transport.
もしかしてあなた。
Could it be? Do you think?
さあ、でも気にすることでもないでしょうに。
She looks at me pitifully. No, I feel like I'm being spied all the time by his people. Hey, can I go hide over there?
そんなにトラウマになっちゃったの？
She sighs. When we move, the girls finish another song. The man gives more money and walks away while humming.
やった マヨネーズ
Making sure the man's out of sight, Kurari starts to dance with a 1,000 yen bill in her hand. What is that dance?
シカ君知らないの？今こういうマヨネーズの CM がやってるんだよ。ちっちゃい子がマヨネーズ持って踊るんだ。マヨマヨマヨマヨネーズ
God, she twists her body. I see. Don't you sing that monkey song anymore?
歌うよ。お猿キキキお猿の赤ちゃん泣いてます
As she starts to sing the popular monkey song with choreography, the little kid stares at her. Kurari notices her, and with a smile she walks up to her while dancing. The little kid gets scared and runs away. Kurari chases her. Well, let's leave her alone. You know Japanese oldies well. Talk to Kashiwara while she wipes her sweats.
祖父がよくカラオケで歌ってますので、私もよく覚えているんです。
Okay. You go to karaoke too?
はい。キラちゃんが遊びに来た時は、たまに3人で。
She says bashfully.
あのね、私とおじいちゃんとサリナちゃんでよくカラオケ行くんだよ。歌ってるのは私とおじいちゃんの2人だけなんだけど。
If her grandfather's going too, they must go to one of the more expensive ones, unlike the cheap ones we go to. I see, but you can run a good business. For example, if we do it in a dark place with alcohol drinks, I bet we can make a lot. We can even sing duets with the customers.
そういうお店あるな。もうすでに。
Really?
ホステスさんの仕事ってそういうのじゃないの？
That's right. I'm disappointed. How did they come up with that idea before me?
でもホステスさんって色っぽいよね。私もいつかそういうのもできるようなお姉さんになりたいな。
Kurari's still dancing with the 1,000 yen bill in her hand. She'll lose that money soon.
ホステスになってその歌と踊りやるつもり？
関係ないよ。これは今踊ってるだけ。でもさ、私たちがホステスやるよりシカ君。
Who, me? Kurari answers promptly.
オカマバー。シカ君ってまさにオカマバーに勤めるために生まれてきたみたいな顔だよね。
I'm not doing drag again. I can't go back to that. Not again. She said some hurtful things to me, but thanks to her, we were able to get the expensive Unagi lunchbox. Kurari took a picture of it and uploaded it to our blog site. Unagi is delicious. Alrighty, and with that, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. And I will see you all in the next part. Take it easy.